Hey, what's up? What's going on, you guys? So we're going to be doing our Black Ink Crew recap. I'm not sure if I want to do both episode 9 and 10 in this one video. We're going to see how long it is. I might have to cut it off and do 10 in another one, depending on how much we talk. I'm going to try not to talk too much. So shout out to Mr. Big D 1152 who said that prank on Dutchess at the end was an all-time low. Oh, Sky and her ridiculous surgeries. I mean, some people just ain't happy no matter how hard they try to alter their looks. And you're right about that. I feel the same way. I just feel like, she's kind of doing too much. So let's go ahead and get into this, okay? This one is season 5, episode 9, The Wilds of New Jersey. And why? Walter's straight up hilarious. He was like, why is Ceasear going to get a portrait of his mama on his thigh right next to his Chico stick? You know what I mean? Like, he's like, that is going to be laying on it, like, laying on your mama's face. I was just like, yo, Walter, like, straight up and down. I was kind of thinking Sky was the most funniest, but I feel like Walter's like a hidden gem. Like, he's really funny and he's pulling out all the tricks this season. Like, for real. Like, he needs to do stand-up or something. Like, for real though. So all of the crew, 125th and 116th, they have a mandatory meeting. And he tells them that they going camping. And I'm just like, black people from the hood going camping. I mean, I never really seen that. But, better y'all than me. Because I know I'm from New York. I'm from the hood. I'm close to Harlem. Like, right over the bridge. I'm not going to camping. Like, it's just, I don't do the wilderness. I don't do the bugs. I don't do fire, trying to make fire, defending yourself from bears. I don't defend myself from bears or play dead. I'm not going to do all of that. So I'm going to stay my black self, my black behind, right into my nice apartment and chill out. Cool out. If I really want the s'mores effect, what I used to do back in the days, I take a little fork, or I take I didn't take a toothpick. I took a fork, and I just put it over the fire with my marshmallows and make it nice and toasty. I mean, that's it. Right on the stove, the gas stove. So, yeah, that's what he plans to do. Because he said he read in a Fortune 500 he read somewhere, I think in a Fortune 500 magazine, that's what a lot of these big time companies is doing, and that's how they get their employees to, like, kind of do better and stick together. So he's trying to give it a shot because, nothing else is working. So ever since that prank with Dutchess, she's kind of been wondering and kind of doing some reflecting on whether this is really what she wants to do. Like, was it a good idea for her to leave this man just like on a whim, just based off of something that some total complete stranger just up and came and told you, like, oh, my sister was effing him, and you're like, show me the facts, show me the receipts. Like, at the end of the day, I feel like I think it's because of the past history that he's had with her, so she just kind of feels insecure. And yeah, I know. I already told y'all, Pisces. Shout out to Pisces. It's still Pisces season, so I gotta make sure I make this be known. I was Googling some of the people. This is straight up me. Like, I was Googling some of the people, and I saw, which totally blew my mind, that Dutch's birthday is the day before mine. Like, she's a straight up Pisces, and I'm like, you know what? Like, but I feel like she be doing so much. Like, I really thought that she was some other sign. But the fact that she's so emotional all the time, that kind of reminds me of, like, how I am, especially in relationships. Like, her relationship crazies is the equivalent of my relationship crazies. But maybe I might have did a little more some of the times, But I was a little on a younger scale. Now that I'm older, I haven't had to deal with so many crazy types of relationships. But and then I Googled Sky. She's the same birthday as my cousin, which is so ironic because she doesn't remind me of my cousin at all, unless my cousin's like super mad about something. My cousin, she's like usually pretty chill. But anyways, yeah, just a little background about that. Doing my little research. So yeah, she's kind of thinking, like, did she do the right thing? She ends up meeting up with this same chick, the same crazy chick that was trying to find her before, get on TV and all that. And the chick is talking about she got pictures, she got snaps, she got like Snapchats of her sister and C's like talking and all this, and her sister was pregnant this time. Then after that, she wasn't pregnant no more. They was throwing money in this club, like all this stuff. But yet she doesn't want to show nothing. She's like, I don't need to show anything. She's like, what you mean? And then she said something about, if he got it, then you got it, then I got it. Like, what are you talking about? It just sounds like she's trying to do some kind of scam. She's trying to see if she can get money out of him. I don't know what this chick is doing, but it's just, none of what she was saying added up. It sounded like she needed a hit and she was trying to get some quick cash. Maybe she got a little side, like, amount of money just for being appearing on the show or something. So she just got, and she got a free trip from wherever she was. I guess Dutchess had to pay her bus ticket for her to meet up with her. So she got another little trip, you know what I mean? So I guess she just wanted a little bit of fame so she could tell her family and friends, like, yo, that's me right there. You see me? Like, I ain't back down for nothing. And Dutchess was shook. Like, I think she just wanted to meet Dutchess or something like that. Like, for real. And it's so crazy how all these things is happening. Like, first of all, this chick meets her and she gets pranked. Like, you know, it's like all these weird things is happening. I wouldn't be surprised if this chick could have had something to do with it. So Ceasear asks Tiffany if she wants to, or if she can go to the camping trip because he's trying to do this whole employee thing. Plus, he tells her that he wants her to come back because she's an asset to the company. So I was thinking, like, I don't know how this gonna go. I mean, you already know how Sky feels about her and how most of their interactions end up. So I don't think it's a good idea to just kind of blindside everybody and just kind of bring her, because she did have like 3 fights. But it's your shop, though. Do you? If you think that this is what's going to bring your company up, go ahead, Ceasear. Be my guest. So now Nica, she told Richard that she's going to DR to get her little body done up. And he's worried about her because he's going on his camping trip. She's not answering the phone. So he's like, you know, he's worried. You know, she's going to a third world country to get some work done. Because, you know, that's where they go to get it for the low. They either go there or they go to Brazil a lot of times. Those are like the 2 places where I always hear people go to get work done. See, me, myself, and I'm scared of the knife. I'm scared of all that stuff. Like, unless it's mandatory, I don't want it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it. I'll get some pads and push them up. I'll get a push-up bra if I need to lift the boobies. You know what I mean? But all that extra stuff. I'll even get some booty pads if I really feel like my butt is that flat and I need a little boost for the jeans, you know, to make it look a little right. I don't got no shame in my game, but all that extra stuff, like, nah. I mean, if I'm going to get somebody, he going to love me the way I am. You know? So yeah, that's pretty much like what she went to do, because she said that she was feeling low and she's had all these issues. She's been stressed out, so she decided to do what she wanted to do. I'm like, for somebody who's complaining about money, how the hell you find the money to go to DR to get your body done? I mean, priorities, people. I guess she felt like that was a priority. Whatever. So Sky feels like something ain't right. When they all go camping and stuff, first of all, before we even talk about how Sky feels, let's talk about those beds. Like, they all had these little bunk beds, and when they confronted Ceasear, like, yo, what is this? Ceasear was just like, this is not what they showed. Like, it's different. But they had to deal with it if they wasn't going to be sleeping on the ground. At least they had that, because most of the time when you go camping, you got to build the tents. I mean, that would have took them hours. You know, people from the hood don't know nothing about no building, no tents, sleeping in sleeping bag. I mean, maybe you had to sleep in a sleeping bag, depending on your living situation, or an air mattress. But tents, that's like, we don't do that. So yeah, Sky, she kind of feels like something is weird about Nica, and she about to get to the bottom of it. Because you know what? Richard is her brother, and she wants to make sure he's good. Even if he don't see it, she see it, and she won't let it be known. So her, Donna, and I think, was it Miss Kitty? It was somebody else. I think it was the 3 of them. Young Bay. I think she was the one that was there. Well, they Google her, and the only thing that they really found from what it sounds like is they found a Yelp page. And I think I have Yelp too. I'm like, damn, people be doing the most, Googling you on Yelp and stuff. But I guess like when you put her name in there, that's probably what pops up. So yeah, they Googled her and they see that she left some comment or a review talking about, my baby, I'm 7 months pregnant, and me and my husband, blah, 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 whatever. So they like, hold up. So if you were 7 months pregnant back in 2014, that's when the review was put up. Where's that baby now? You know, like, she only showed us one kid that she said she had when she was a teenager. So, something's not adding up. Like, does she have a husband out in Cali and a husband over here in New York? Something's not right. So Richard, he was acting a little off, like not on his game really. So Ceasear's like, yo, what's up with you? And then he tells him, like, you know, I'm just a little off or whatever. And he tells him that Nica, ever since she went to DR, she's not really answering or whatever. So he's like, well, how much do you really know about her? Because I'm hearing stuff through the grapevine or whatever. So Sky takes it upon herself to say what she knows. But Richard, he looked like he was like totally offended by it. He didn't really want to hear it. He doesn't want to hear the negativity. I mean, I would definitely just tread lightly on this situation if I was them, just because, yeah, you want the best for him, but you don't want him to fall back into bad habits, because this is, once again, this is the person that's kind of holding up his sobriety. You know, I feel like if she was to leave, he would definitely kind of fall back into a dark place. Kind of reminds me of the whole Black China and Rob Kardashian situation. And I always said that about him. Like, I feel like she took him up out of a dark place, even though it kind of seemed like he's still treading on that dark place. If she was to like fully like just like vanish off the freaking planet and take his child now with her, I think that it would really like take him into a really bad place, because she's what brought him out of the place that he was at before. So Sky tells him or whatever, and yeah, like he got kind of blows up about it. He's just like, she wasn't married before me, and she's not gonna be married after me. I'm like, well, hot diggity dog, you saying you the first and the last pit stop? I hear you, Richard. You better take your woman and you conquer that. He's like, I'm the king of this castle. Ain't nobody taking this. She's staying with me for life. That's what he pretty much saying. I'm like, that sounds a little scary. Like, you know, I'm like, dang, okay, I hear you. And, you know, they all left it alone after that, because he was like, he had like that real serious voice. Like, it was about to get crazy if they would have kept going with it. He's like, and in the commentary, he was just like, he don't know why the F they Googling her for. If they need to find out something, they really want to know something, all they got to do is ask him, because he knows everything about her. I'm like, okay. I mean, people don't always tell you every little thing, but if you feel like you know her that well, kudos to you. So Ceasear talks to Teddy, and he's really contemplating giving Sky a new position, because he sees her in a newfound light. And he's like, you know what, maybe she really deserves a managerial type of position, since she's been asking for it so much. So she shows her managerial skills, and she's just like, when she sees Tiffany come in, she's just like, you know what, welcome. We're happy to have you. And I'm like, girl, you trying, but it's we can see right through you. We can see that you're not really happy, that you're like pissed off, you're annoyed. But Tiffany, I feel like she said a little too much. You know, I mean, yes, you deserve to speak when you want to speak, but I feel like when people are feeling a certain way, you got to take their feelings into consideration as well, especially if you're trying not to have any problems. It's almost like she was like joking her, you know, like kind of like taking a stick and just kind of poking her, you know. I feel like that's what she was kind of doing, and I'm just like, girl, like, just leave it alone. But I feel like Melody and Young Bae were kind of like egging it on a little bit too, especially Melody. And I think it was Donna has mentioned something about fighting as well, because Donna feels like, why is she coming back when Donna had to fight so hard and she supposedly never fought in the shop? I feel like she did fight in the shop before, but maybe I could be wrong. But she was like, you know, I never fought in the shop, but yet you bring in this chick back. And Melody's like, we're not desperate for people, you know, like, we don't really need her. And I'm like, damn, Melody, you don't even know the girl like that. You haven't even had any encounters with her. And she's just like, based off of what everybody's saying and how she's seeing that she had 3 fights, she's just like kind of over her before even getting a chance to know her. And Ceasear, like, when they was arguing, and Ceasear just kind of was like, you know, cut it out. He kind of like simmered it down for a moment. And Tiffany, when asked a question from Melody, she was just like, people are jealous of her. And she was like, so that kind of got Sky, you know, like rounds up a little bit, like, what you mean jealous of you? What you talking about? Who's jealous of you? She was like, nah. She was like, I ain't gonna take off my wig right now because I need it for the next part, and then I might have to put it back on. But yeah, she took off her wig like, yo, let me clear my hair real quick. I was just like, yo, this chick is too much. Like, you see her taking off her wig, you already know. Like, she's showing you, you're not gonna pull off my wig this time around. You're not gonna pull it off because I'll take it off for you, and we gonna do this. Like, you're not gonna have anything to pull on. Come on, let's do this. Like, I already knew it was bad news from the time you seen her doing all of that. But she kind of sat down a minute, like she was all like, you know, fight me. But then she was like, she sat down for a minute, then Tiffany's still going. So she like, yo, son, you've been curving me. Like, that's the only reason. She was like, yo, I'm going to fight you. And that's it. Like, she let her know, like, I'm going to beat you up. I was like, yo, this is New York with all these sons and yos. This is so New York hood, Brooklyn, Harlem, Bronx style of talk. And then she said something about, like, word to my kids, I'm going to beat you up. And then Tiffany had the bright idea to go ahead and say, yeah, the kids that you don't take care of. I was just like, this is it. I'm sorry, girl. This is it. We can't save you anymore. It's over. It's a wrap for you. And what happens? They start fighting. And after that, Ceasear was just like, you know what? I'm declaring 1/13 dead. Like, it's done. That's it. It's over. It's a wrap. It's caboose. Kaput. And he closes down the shop, like, for real. So we only have 16 minutes. We can go ahead and do the rest of this. We are going to do episode 7. Episode 10 starting now. Let's go ahead and talk about Puppies Are Magic, Season 5, Episode 10. So Ceasear, he made a point, and he actually kept his word. Like, he said he was shutting down, declaring 1/13, like, shut down, and that's exactly what he did. They came back to the shop, and the shop was closed with a closed sign there as well. So, I mean, they wasn't getting that much business from what it looked like anyway. So, for him to do that, it wasn't, like, the biggest, like, it probably wasn't hurting his pockets as much as it probably would have if he didn't have the 125th shot to back up on. And that's the crazy thing, is like, when you have a backup plan, it's easier for you to, like, kind of not care about everybody else. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, like, these are your employees. Like, don't you have to give them some kind of notice? Like, legally, I'm pretty sure, according to the Department of Labor, if you're going to close a business down, I mean, he's just lucky that he's cool with all of them. You are supposed to give people notice. Like, you're not supposed to just, oh, we're shut down. Like, you know, that's not legal. You're supposed to give them a certain amount of notice as well. I think at least 3 months, unless, like, you get shut down by, like, the government or something like that. So, yeah. He does that. What else happened? At the other shop, there was a porn star that went in there. And, you know, they did the whole reflecting thing where they do a tattoo and talk about, you know, something that relates to him. And she was saying that she wanted to get a tattoo of some dude's name. And, like, right here on her back. I'm like, ain't that bad for your brand if you getting some guy's name tattooed? Like, are you still a porn star? If you are, like, I don't see how that goes hand in hand, having a man's name on you. But okay. Whatever floats your boat. I mean, okay, I guess she's so established, she'll still make money. I don't know. Maybe they'll keep the camera on the other side. So anyways, she plans to do that. And he's like, you sure you want to do that? But she was like, she says this is a guy that's been there from the beginning. He's like, so your man. She's like, she looked like she didn't want to say that. Like, I guess like putting his name on her is okay, but it's not okay for her to actually say that she has a man. I'm like, girl, you doing it, you might as well own it, claim it. I mean, if not, then just don't do it. And he was like, you know, you're going to end up covering this up real soon. And she was just like, nah, she really want to do it. And she got it done. Dutchess finds out about Ceasear and Tattoo Baby and how he was having such a grand old time. And she's pissed off because she was actually thinking about coming back to him now that she met up with the crazy chick and found out that her story is probably not even legit or whatever. Dutchess did talk to her family in the last one, and she was saying how she kind of like felt about everything, and her family, her father mainly her father, he was saying that he didn't feel like Ceasear was good for her, like a good fit for her to be with for the rest of her days. So, you know, having to hear that too is kind of like, but she was like, she didn't really want to like rush back into anything, but she also doesn't want to lose her best friend. And this was before she knew about this. So now she knows about this. She kind of feeling different about the situation. She kind of feels stupid because she's like, was he doing this all along? Like, what's up with him, you know? How long, like, how you go from being with her to 7 days later you hanging out with the next chick, like, you know, and they got videos on the internet and stuff like that. So Dutchess, she brings her good friend BB to her old apartment, I would say now, and clears out her stuff. And while she's doing that, she looks through Ceasear's his iMac, and sees pictures on there. She sees pictures of poom pooms, and she sees like little messages on iMessage, and she's just like how long was he doing this? And then it says back in like, I think it's in November 2015 when they were still together. So she's like super pissed about this. She's just like, what's going on? Like, you know, like how he's pretending like he's not a scumbag, but all this time this is what he's been doing. So before he come, like BBC, like she was scared. She kept on saying like, is he coming? Like, I hope he don't come. I'm like, girl, like she should have got some other sidekick to be with her, because this girl seemed like she petrified of this dude. But anyway, they end up taking like all her stuff, put it in the car. They also take his iMac because, you know, she still needs to finish looking through it, but she didn't want to get caught. They left like just in the nick of time because he was hurrying up to come home so that he can go to a party. But when he gets home, he sees like, wow, like she done cleaned me out. He tried to call her back, nothing. Like she didn't even answer. He had to leave her a voicemail. He's like, are you trying to make a point? Like, yo, bring my stuff back. He talks to Teddy and he tells him like, you know, that's where a lot of his work is, his taxes stuff, like everything is on that iMac. But if he backed it up in the cloud, or, you know, he backed it up at all on iTunes or anything like that, he'll be, well, maybe not iTunes, but if he backed it up on like the cloud or anything, he will be able to get his information back. So hopefully, but you know, when you from the hood, you don't be thinking about that. You think these computers gonna last forever, and then all your information is gone. So hopefully he got it back up, because we gonna talk about it, but that computer ain't worth nothing no more. That MacBook, well, I keep on saying MacBook, that iMac. So, yeah, when she saw all those pictures and stuff, she just like was just like flabbergasted. And he's like, supposedly in his commentary, he was saying like they're not even his. You know, wasn't me, unless you can see that it says my name. It wasn't me. It could have been anybody. Just because it's from my computer and my Apple account doesn't mean it was me. So then he even has Teddy like, maybe it was me, but I ain't apologizing. Like, he says that in the background. I'm like, okay, Teddy, be a good cousin and defend your cousin to the fullest. Don't make him look like a scumbag on national TV. So later on, the whole crew, they have like this, what is it called, the Friendsgiving intervention to try to get him to open back up the shop. Like Melody even brings a little baby to this little friendvention. But things start going left, like real south. Even Nica was there. Richard and Nica, everybody was really there except Tiffany. So Melody, she, like I said, she brings her little baby there. And things start going south because Sky calls Teddy out. She's just like, you always leaving and nobody really likes that about you. The only thing is that nobody says it. Like, I'm going to let you know to your face as opposed to talking to you about you behind your back. She's like, I'm going to let you know about yourself. And, you know, they start just going back and forth. And at that very moment, that's, of course, when Ceasear wants to walk in and is like, you know, like, whoa. You know, he had to be the one to kind of like, all right, guys, like, chill out. Like, how you going to bring me to something trying to get things back on good graces? And you showing me that y'all still the same way y'all was before. This is the reason why the place is closed down in the first place. So then Teddy has this bright idea that he did kind of mention, that he wants them all to go to a convention out in Puerto Rico. Okay, Puerto Rico, caliente. And he tells him that he already did all the paperwork. And Ceasear starts to think about it. He's like, he don't know about this but he's like, this is real big for like PR purposes and media to get their names out there. It's something that he hasn't had an opportunity to take a part in, because like the paperwork is like real extensive, and he just wasn't really trying to do it because it's like a lot that goes into it. So he was surprised that like Teddy actually took the initiative to set all this up and come through. Like, wow, like Teddy's like a whole new person. Like, for real, this is crazy. This is wild. So, this is real positive, and he was like, he thinks about all the positive things that could come out of it, including him being able to hang out with Tattoo Baby, like, just let her know, like, come through since Miami's right there. I mean, she does tattoos as well, so who knows, she might have signed up to be in it as well. So then he agrees, like, you know what, we going to Puerto Rico, we going to do this. So Dutchess, like I said, she has Ceasear's computer, and she literally shows her mother, her sister, her friends, everything that was on his computer, like violation to the fullest. I'm like, you see, that's why when you send these little nasty, dirty pictures, you can't put your face on it, because this is the kind of stuff that can happen, especially with how the internet is right now. You can't be showing your face, and if you got tattoos and stuff, you gotta show angles that's not gonna show, stuff that's gonna correlate from one to the other. You know what I mean? Like, imagine me showing like some titty pics or something like that. I can't do that, because look at all these tattoos. Like, they gonna be like, that's Samore. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta watch it. So, yeah. She even showed her mama. She said it was a little awkward, showing her mama, but her sister kept insisting, like, just show mama, since mama loves him so much. And they was all like pretty much disgusted at everything they saw. And she was so pissed off about it that she dead took his MacBook and his iMac, and she mashed up the thing. Like, she took I think she took a bat, and she was just like beating at it. Like, it was done after that. Like, I don't even think that screen is going to work. Like, I would be surprised if it would even turn on and show some light after the way she broke that thing up. Like, she took out all her frustrations from 5-6 years straight out on that iMac. Like, for real. And I mean, like, see, now that I'm seeing the Pisces thing, I never saw myself as crazy, but yeah, I've done that with a phone before, because dude was straight up like having mad chicks in his phone after I told him not to. So I took the thing, I threw it to the wall, like, and I broke it. And I've done that on more than one occasion, just because, like, come on, it's disrespectful. I mean, who knows if he really did it or not? I mean, his story could be real. It's a 10% chance that it's actually was Teddy stuff, but I highly doubt it. And this is when she was opening up her her tattoo shop. So it's very well that maybe he was lonely, she was working too much, so he decided he wanted to go talk to other chicks while she was doing her thing, being a boss chick. So I still am not too fancy about this whole Dutchess. I mean, just because her birthday's the day before mine, but I can understand her a little bit better. I give Pisces a pass. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I know this video was a little bit longer than usual, but I didn't feel like it would be a good idea to really go ahead and do 2 different videos. So yeah, well, I still might. This might be 2 videos. I don't know. We're going to see. Because I might just either put them both together, or I'll just cut them up and just, yeah. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.